Good morning. For today's monster doodle, or critter doodle, ooh, I like the sound of that, critter doodle. I'm going to start separating these critters out and only doing one so that we can start colorizing them. I've been talking about it for a couple of days, so I'm going to pick a really good one. Let's see. How about that guy? Kind of bulbous, huge arms, and 3 horns. But look at his teeth. They're square. So, not sure what we're going to call him yet, but this one is on May the 6th. And 6th sounds even more like Sith. So, what's that mean? Probably nothing. But this is the one we're going to do. So rather than having his arms up in the air like that, I'm going to make him like a big gorilla. So I'm going to make this huge head, little tiny hips, because his feet are really small. And pointed, but he's got these massive arms. So here's where his shoulder is. We're going to do an arm going back here and down here. And he's got huge hands with claws on them. And again, even though I'm going over the side here, I'm not going to concern myself with that. So we're going to take it over here like this, down to his little tiny feet, of which you can only see one. And on this side, we're not going to really be able to see his other hand either. He's got little tiny eyes, of course, way down here. It almost looks like a cross between a whale and a gorilla with those big hands, big arms. So his arms start here, come down into these massive mitts, and actually, since gorillas walk on their knuckles, we're going to bring his hands around like this and put one thumb there. Put some knuckles in here. Bring his back down like this. And you can't see his cute little belly button, but it's right about there. So I'm going to do it just a little bit right here. His head comes around, maybe did the eye a little bit low. So I'm going to redraw the eye here. Massive head. And he's got those 2 teeth that are squarish. So here's the significance of this process. Once again, when you take things apart, dissect them, you can change the position. So this guy, or gal, one of these days I'm going to get past that, but he's got 3 horns. And that's basically him, or her, or it. Guess you wouldn't see the thumb on that one. It would be on the inside down there. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all in shadow because it's behind and it's not as important. And for today, I'm going to go ahead and ink this puppy. Little cheek there. What else am I missing? Nothing. Oops. He actually has ears. He's got a little tiny ear right there. You will forgive me if I keep saying he. It is the way I think. Whether it's right or wrong, time will tell. It. I'll have to get into the habit of saying it. Okay, so when I ink this puppy, I'm just going to take a regular Uniball pen, go over my lines, noting that I'm crossing this one because this horn. I'm going to do a little horn like that. And this horn are visible from the front of his head. But this one is on the other side. So again, I'm going to add some lines for shading here. Draw that square tooth. Little bitty eyes. Tiny little ear. Everything is small on this guy except for his hands. Well, the knuckles and the finger like that with a claw there and a claw there. Here a claw, there a claw, everywhere a claw, claw. Sorry, that's my dad stuff kicking in again. Knuckles. And little tiny feet. Draw his haunches right there. It doesn't have a tail. Huh. You'd think something that big would have a tail. So, in order to emphasize, and this is one of the things that I'm still trying to teach, I'd like you to not erase the pencil lines until the next day. Meaning, I will erase the pencil lines on this character tomorrow. Reason being, while you're inking, if I tried to erase this today, the ink would smear, and I don't want to do that. Also, please continue to stay in the habit, or get in the habit if you haven't started yet, of photographing your work at each step. I did not photograph this one before doing the inking, but if I were not recording this video, I would have taken a picture of him at the pencil stage, at the first pencil stage that shows the construction lines, and then the second pencil stage where I went in and darkened it up to do which lines would be the finished lines or the final lines. Oh, there is a little bit of space here for a belly button. But what this will enable us to see is the process that we've used to draw these characters. And today I'm actually going to take this into Photopia and show you how to draw over it again and then colorize it. But that's going to be later on this afternoon because it's already 7:40 in the morning and I got to get this puppy finished, rotated, updated to my Google Drive and YouTube, and then posted on Google Classroom today. So this is what I get to do every morning because this process usually takes me about 3 hours from drawing. The drawing doesn't take that long, obviously, but the processing of the video, because I'm doing all of this on my cell phone, the processing of the video and because of the way I have my tripod, I don't have a very good tripod, so I have to rotate the video. That usually takes about 15 minutes. And then usually the video of this size, of this length, usually takes about 20 minutes to upload to my Google Drive, and then it has to go through a processing system on Google Drive to where it can be read. So before you ever see these drawings and the videos of these drawings on Google Classroom, I've already spent almost 2 hours on them. And today I'm kind of timing it to see if in fact that is true. So today is 5/6, and that's our character for the day. If the video doesn't get uploaded of the colorization, at the very least you can draw this character. And if you don't like the position that I put him in your own position. That's the beauty, as I said, and will repeat. You'll hear me say it often. The beauty of constructing it, once I understand the structure, from the head to the shoulders to the elbows to the knees, to the feet, down to the wrist on the arm, and the hands and the fingers. Once I understand the structure, it becomes a pretty easy thing to reposition him. I could even draw him from behind. So that's today. Have fun with it. And it is 7:42.